walk away from me. I have nothing if I don't have you. Alright, I'm gonna stop there. Hey you guys, I'm Skyler Reed, and today's tutorial is on how to sing like Whitney Houston. She is my absolute favorite. She's my biggest influence in music. I just actually finished reading A Song for You, My Life with Whitney Houston by Robin Crawford, who was her assistant, and it was such a good book. Like, it was just so detailed, reading about her life and the kind of person that she was, and just how she handled being an artist and the things that she did in the studio. It was really insightful and really cool to read. So I would definitely recommend that book for all of you Whitney Houston lovers out there. So let's get into it. I have a few points about how to sing like Whitney. The first one is having a really strong higher register. So Whitney was a soprano. Okay, she sang so beautifully in her higher register and strong. She definitely had those alto notes too, but she didn't sing like super duper low or anything. She really had those high money notes, and she stuck in her sweet spot in like every song. She always built to that beautiful, high, clear tone. So really strong head voice. I'll do warm up in a bit to work on head voice with y'all, but let's get down the list. The next thing is dynamics. So in her songs, she had such a way of delivering each line, and she catered to each line. So with those dynamics, she would go in and out. She would crescendo, gradually get louder, and decrescendo, gradually get softer, depending on where she was, or even just starting off super subtle in I Will Always Love You, and just being able to control that piano dynamic, and then just giving it all later on. Gosh, it's such a beautiful song. Another way to sing like Whitney is having control. She had the utmost control when it came to delivering these beautiful songs. All right, with the I Have Nothing song, there's so much tenderness in the verses and how she's like easing. Share my life. She's like not trying to give it all. She's keeping it, and she's building it. Even when she gets to the chorus or the pre-chorus, I don't really get to look. She's giving it. She's building it up, and then the don't let me close, that part, that chorus part. There's so much control in how she's delivering that. Even towards the end, it's like you can hear the pain in her voice, but she's keeping the control. She's just delivering it in such a great way. So it's just like no cracking. Even when she performed live, I've studied Whitney Houston for a long time. So I've listened to every album, I watch her perform live, past concerts and things like that, and just watching even then how much control she had. She had so much breath control, she had so much control over each and every note, and when she hit those highs, she was ready for it. She was giving it every time. She was very gentle with her singing. So that's just a tone type of thing, or just like how she's singing. And I Will Always Love You, that phenomenal intro. If it's like she's trying to just be as soft as possible, and it pulls you in because it's like, what is she saying? And I just love that delivery of it. That delivery is genius, how she's being so gentle with those words and with this song, because it's such a beautiful written song. And I know it's her rendition of it, you know, but I love her rendition. I think her rendition is the absolute best. So we all know Whitney Houston was an actress, and I actually really enjoyed her acting too. I thought she was just an artist all around. And with The Preacher's Wife, that movie with Denzel Washington, she really showed off that gospel influence. So, and this is, you know, singing like Whitney, she grew up in the church. She had that gospel influence. Her mother was the minister of music or worked with the choir or something like that. So she was always having to be at choir rehearsal and just grew up in that arena, you know. So I think that showed in Joy, and it showed up in I Believe in You and Me. Just some of those inflections and some of those runs that she chose to do. Outside of the melody, just how she delivered it and what she added to the song you heard that gospel influence. I grew up in church and I have a little bit of a gospel influence as well, but whatever we have influence from, it usually always comes out in our voice, in our singing. You can always tell when somebody's been in church. They know how to run, they know how to put some stank on them notes. They have that flair that you can only get from church. You just can't. She has this amazing head voice ring, and I mentioned the higher register earlier, but the head voice ring, it's just beautiful. It's just like the clearest of tones. It's almost like she was trained, like classically trained. She probably was groomed to live that life and be that artist and everything, but that head voice ring is amazing. And I want to do a quick head voice warm up really quick, and then we'll get to the rest of the list. So let's do a siren sound. So we're just gonna go. So just that siren sound helps you get in the placement of head voice a little bit easier. It's really no stress on your throat. You should not be like hurting yourself to sing. It's really relaxed. It's just like a noise. It's just like a sound effect, you know? But getting that placement is really going to help you get those high, pure, beautiful head voice sounds, okay? So you want to really understand when you're singing in head voice, and especially when you're singing Whitney Houston songs. Like, you have to do head voice. She's there a lot. So you want to make sure that you're understanding the placement and you're not straining your throat. You're not like pushing and stuff. And I even learned belting from Whitney. It's just like she gave it sometimes, but mostly you just heard that pure tone. And I love that because it's like me being classically trained, listening to her, it's like, oh, I can really relate to how she's singing. I can really mimic her. If you think of how Fantasia sings, which is amazing, but she adds so much vocal tension on some of those gospel sounds and tones and stuff that Whitney, she didn't do that. She just had like a subtlety. So I really learned how to belt and tap into a stronger tone by studying Whitney. And I think if you guys work on that siren sound and really understand that head voice placement, you'll be good. Have you guys heard Queen of the Night? That song goes hard, okay? So I really like that. Queen of the Night, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So anyway, that song is really, really cool. And I think with that song, da, 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 like the verses and stuff, I think she uses a really great, strong, high chest voice. So with that, you gotta pull that grit up, and she's using that chest voice, but it's higher and she's very strong with that. So I think that's amazing because it's like you're able to sing smoothly through your whole range. It's like she had control over her voice. She knew what her voice could do. She mastered her voice. The last few things are vowel placement, just because the way she sang those highs, hitting certain notes, and but when she did like the vowel placements on I Will Always Love You, or just any held note, it's just super pure. She keeps that vowel, she focuses in on it, she energizes the note through the vowel placement. She was really in tune with how she was delivering her words and everything. It was just amazing. The last thing I have for how to sing like Whitney is stamina in her live show. I watched her perform a couple concerts and on YouTube, and she hit every note. Like, it was just like, wow, like she's doing, and even she was even dancing. So I thought that was really cool just to see like, wow, she's dancing, she was singing, she was hitting those notes and just really giving it. That tells me that, okay, she probably took really good care of her voice, and it tells me that she was using her voice properly when she was performing. She wasn't, if you're singing from your throat on tour for many shows, that's going to affect your voice and stuff. So she probably had a really good technique in how she was delivering her notes and making sure she wasn't putting a lot of strain on her voice, which again, like classical training, that's how I was taught, and that's why I really like Whitney, because it's like she got it. So I hope this video helps you guys. Hope you guys know a little bit more of how to sing like Whitney. Let me know in the comments, and follow me on all social media at I'm Skyler Reed and Skyler's Music Studio. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Peace.